movies are so bad they're good. Every week we look at a film that's so bad it's just bad. Welcome to Abominations from the Vault. This week we're looking at Godzilla Final Wars. Now this was the 50th anniversary of Godzilla, so they decided to make one last film to tie in the franchise. So at the beginning of the movie you have this lengthy prologue that explains where Godzilla came from, that he was the result of nuclear testing, and that as a result all these other monsters were created. And they're the monsters he's been fighting in all his previous films. Then it explains that the nuclear testing has also resulted in some humans evolving into mutants. Now you literally never find out what these mutants are, or what their special powers are. You literally only see them do martial arts. So that's the prologue. And then the film opens with all these monsters just running amok all over the world. And then these aliens show up and they say, "Don't worry about it, pal. We'll bloody sort it out. We'll capture all those pesky monsters for you in our little Pokemon Pokeballs."
I choose you!
And basically they do that to gain the trust of the humans. But the twist is, the fucking aliens put the monsters there in the first place. So then, with the aliens just wrecking shit on Earth, the mutants team up with a ragtag bunch of humans and they decide to take down the aliens. And then in a final twist, the hero of the story, who's the leader of the mutants, turns out that he's this special type of mutant. He's this Kaiser, where he actually has the same DNA as the aliens and the monsters, and that makes him super special, and he's got more powerful powers or whatever, and he defeats the bad guys. So you think you're getting a monster movie, but actually what you're getting is a rip-off of The Matrix.
From the depths, 30 stories high, his hand in the sky,
Yeah, I feel like to do this film justice, you should go through all the monsters and talk about them. But I really didn't feel like any of them stood out from each other.
No.
And they had so little screen time that you were like, who, what? It looks like it's going to be loads of Godzilla fighting all his like rogue gallery.
It should have been. It should have been, but actually he just ploughed through his rogues gallery.
Yeah.
With no consideration to them, to make way for the humans to have generic martial arts fights.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Because that's what the director really wanted to do.
Yeah, and it's so boring as a result, because you're just like, no, this is not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
And the Godzilla stuff is just not that interesting.
It's a bait and switch. Should the monsters even turn up early, only to be recalled?
They've been doing these films for years, and I didn't think the fight scenes were particularly well choreographed.
But that's it. It's a heritage send-off for the nerds who are aware of all these monsters and their roles and their histories. If you're just watching this as a standalone film, you've just got 10 seconds of like the armadillo or something. You're like, well, what has he done? Oh, he's gone. 10 seconds of the bull lion monster. He's gone. 10 seconds of stupid chainsaw man. He's gone. Like they mean nothing to you, you know.
Roland Emmerich's Godzilla turns up, and he's like Godzilla in name only, and he turns up in Australia for some reason and wrecks like the Sydney Opera House. But he was fully CGI and looked pretty terrible.
I knew that tuna head wasn't up to much. Next.
Look! My grandson says it was his favourite Godzilla movie. What are you doing on this page if your grandson says it was his favourite movie? Bought for my grandson for Xmas and he loves it. He wants to watch it all the time. He wants all the Godzilla movies he can get. 5 stars is a present for my grandson he hasn't opened yet. My grandson is obsessed with old Godzilla movies. It was a hit.
My 12-year-old grandson seemed like he liked it. I didn't ask him. Grandson loved it. My grandson is wild for anything to do with Godzilla. He'd probably give it 5 stars. Probably, if he made it to Amazon, but he didn't. But I did on his behalf. What is with the old people and Godzilla?
My God. You're calling up Gran and asking her to fucking AstroTurf the Godzilla Final Wars page to drum up like good reviews, you know? They went into the bingo center and were like, alright, I'm going to pass around a laptop, everyone, and you guys are going to 5-star the shit out of this.
I think you're right. Maybe they marketed this film towards elderly people.
I think so.
Your grandchildren will love it. Big G cleans house.
Remember to rate 5 stars on Amazon. You won't see this on any other movie review page. This litany of grandparents. We've discovered a cultural phenomenon, some strange quirk.
We only bought it because our grandson wanted to watch it and it was unable to rent it anywhere. It was his birthday! I love it. It's like, give us a break!
God help us, it was his birthday.
4 stars, grandson loved it. I don't get it, but my grandson loves it.
That's what matters.
That's what matters. Great job, Amazon. Help us. 3 stars, King of the Monsters. Another movie for my grandson. His opinion? There was too much karate and aliens. Well,
you nailed it, kid. You should
have
have written the review.
No, apparently children can only speak through their grandparents.
Yeah, well, that's a well-known phenomenon.
They have to use their grandparents as surrogates. I'm just trying to find out what the little baby Godzilla, what he was called.
It was Nilla or something. Like Nilla and Nilla wafer.
Minila, was it?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, Minila. Okay.
Minila.
Minila. That's what I didn't get the whole time, was like, he's Godzilla's son, and you're like, okay, fair enough.
Leaving the question, is Godzilla a single mother or an absentee father, or what's the situation?
Fucking deadbeat.
He's a deadbeat. He's making good on his alimony, yeah.
Putting his seed out. Introduced in Son of Godzilla, Minila was born on Sogo Island when its egg was prematurely cracked open by a group of mutant giant praying mantis.
Do you know what he looked like? You know, like that show Dinosaurs. Remember the baby in it?
Yeah.
I'm the baby, gotta love me. It was like him in his awkward teenage years or something.
Yeah. He's not cute anymore. He's just a bit fucked up.
I'm retaining weight.
In all the wrong places.
Look, he looks older than Godzilla. Look at his awful face.
He has an awful face. Also, I'm pretty sure he speaks.
Oh, God.
I'm pretty sure he talks.
Well, the fact that he tried to drive the car was enough for me, I have to say. Like, he's sitting there patiently in the car, and then, Master Oshi goes like, oh, where are we going? And he just suddenly grabs the fucking wheel. Like, you don't know what you're doing, old man. I'm taking the wheel on this one.
Hey, come on over here. I won't hurt you.
What were they thinking? Looks like an obese ET. Look at his face.
But it begs the question, why does the baby Godzilla can speak when Godzilla's still like...
And why does he sound like an oafish old man as well? Like, I won't hurt you. Like, what, he's supposed to be like 6 months old or something. I won't hurt you.
He's got Benjamin Button's disease. That's why it looks so weird.
That's it. In fact, Godzilla is actually like approaching, newborn mental status. And that's why he's constantly rampaging.
Your folks will get kind of worried, won't they?
I don't think so.
Folks? You're a fucking nuclear dinosaur.
Where are your folks? They're not near here, are they?
I don't think so. They're hardly home any time at all.
Oh my god, he just said that. He said they
true.
won't be up for it at no time at all.
Godzilla's revenge, stranger danger.
Let's get out of here.
Quick, into this minivan.
This unmarked white van will keep us safe.
Quick, put this cloth over your mouth.
If you tell your parents about this, I'll kill you.
There were loads of white people in the movie, but I wouldn't say any of them were actors. They were just like in the movie.
I'd say there was open call for gaijins to come in and have a go, see if you want to be in a small bit part.
Yeah, because there were tons of them.
For sure.
There were tons of them.
I'd say every Godzilla is like that.
Including Fat Tom Selleck.
Yeah, Fat Tom Selleck with a super sharp katana that he carries around to deal with the giant monsters that he combats. Did they dub him over due to like poor sound quality or like a consistent dub? Was he speaking Japanese during the film badly or something? I don't know.
Yeah, because it really looked like he was speaking English. But yeah,
I'd say they fed him his lines. He goes like Wakarimasen or something.
Tom Selleck looked like they got him from World War II because he's wearing like an old army uniform.
Yes.
And then everybody else is in like tinfoil future suits.
Better yet, Japanese World War II.
Yeah.
Big trench coat and sword ready at all times. Again, can't stress how strange that is considering you're making no physical contact with the monsters whatsoever. He's like 50,000 leagues under the sea in his big commander suit, like in a fucking volcanic fissure with his sword by his side. I'm ready for action at any moment.
This is also the last episode in this season. So if you haven't seen our other film reviews, check them out.
Listen, I think we need to have closer contact with the aliens.
Of course, I don't mean we should start laying into them or anything. Just learn as much from them as we can, don't you think?
I agree.